All right, so you're gonna talk about how did Firestorm influence any of the gameplay at all?
He did, but like on a high level, right?
Like just like
if you
matter.
Yeah, if you hit up like what are his things that he does? It's like flight. He's got energy beams. He does atomic manipulation with down to the subatomic level. Just parts of all that,
Yeah.
and then what makes that cool? What's cool about that kind of science?
Yeah, I kind of love the geek out ones, like with Quantum, where we have like Alcubierre wave and all sorts of. So we got to have a little fun with that again and get a little nerdy, get some nerd points there. Actually, got a fist bump from one of the gameplay engineers about how nerdy we get with some of this stuff.
Yes.
So.
Oh.
Yeah, and obviously there's something related to Neutron, but I'm not going to spoil it. I'll let you have fun there with that.
Yes.
So where are we at in game? Where are we at?
I'm spawning guys right in front of maps.
In front of Science Spire, am I right?
Yeah, actually, we're standing in front of
out.
Science Spire.
Because science.
That's right.
All right, so he's going to go through... which tree are you going to go through first?
The radioactive tree.
Radioactive.
I'll show you the tree in a second.
Nice. Did you listen to that song while you were designing that tree?
Which
the radioactive song?
Well, I think.
Okay.
Well,
you can say no. It's all right.
No, I think of the Imagine Dragons song.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, I don't remember who it is. That song on the radio that never stops. That one.
I actually did once or twice hear that, but there's another song from I think the Scarface soundtrack that came into play in some of the text. But
that sounds exciting. I did not notice that when I was checking out the text there.
Yeah.
So explain to us how does this play tank-wise? What's different?
Okay. Well, we gotta go into the trees.
Actually, let me just interrupt real quick.
Yep.
Okay. Hi.
For everyone in chat who's watching who has questions, save them for the end or shout them out, and I'll get them and write them down, and we'll ask them at the end after Sport and Nerd of Prey have gone through kind of each power in the power set individually.
We will likely answer some of those questions before you can even ask them.
So
exactly.
Like here's the two trees, radioactive and nuclear. So these are the ones I have currently.
Nuclear.
So the main thing to keep in mind is that when you're a tank, you have two main points of mitigation, right? You have when you cast a superpower, something happens, and then the actual like bonus that you get from doing a power, and then the actual power thing. So the main thing is any superpower you cast, like what does it do, right? Let's scroll down here into the bottom of the tank.
So many words.
Yeah, so you'll see something here called Quark Gluon Aura. We'll get to that in a minute. But the key thing is when it is up, right?
Right.
And you're in tank stance, every attack you do will heal you back for 2% of your max health.
So it's percent-based.
It is a percent-based healing. That sounds like a lower amount, but this is the secondary thing, right? Because there's the main point, though. And that is within the actual abilities. Like, we showed them Atom Splitter, the text.
Yep, Atom Splitter.
So they might have seen a little bit of, like, the atomic combo part, but they didn't see the power interaction and the tank roll part.
Right, yeah, we didn't spoil it all, just
right.
most of it.
So, when you use some of the powers, they give you a nuclear pressure stack. And that's the whole point of the mechanic behind this thing is you're stacking up pressure of nuclear energy, nuclear pressure, and then how are you going to use that? There's two ways to use that. You can of course use DPS or whatever, but in two different ways. But the whole idea is that you're going to get these molecular charges if you're doing atomic combos.
Nice.
And that helps regulate the pressure to keep you from just.
I love that you literally are like the nuclear man.
Yes. Yeah,
awesome.
that was where the idea came from, right? Checking out the stuff about the way Firestorm does his abilities and stuff, and then it's like, what are you going to do? How you build that up, and then you're going to either explode or
he's going to blow everybody.
So when you're doing the atomic combos though, and you get the molecular charges from doing the combos, they will heal you back for 40% of your max dominance.
Like that number better.
Yeah, that's a lot bigger than the 2%, right? But that's just the added bonus because this is only whenever you do the combos, right?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So it's like a combo tank power then.
Yes, it's a very active tank power.
Yeah. So you can't just sit back and like turtle.
Right, which that's totally fine, right? We in fact we have tanks that are built for that specifically, like fire. That's its thing. You get a huge health bar, then you milk the crap out of that health, right? You're just like, I have more health than everyone, or whatever.
That's a nice euphemism.
Well,
anyway, I get what you're saying.
Spittle's not.
This is like,
I have to bring up milk somewhere.
Okay, there he's
right?
here in the spirit.
Yeah. So with this, the whole idea is actively getting back your health through doing abilities. Now, what does that mean? That means I'm going to use these different combo abilities. There's 2 here, and then there's some in the other tree. But
that other one, we'll get to it.
Yeah, you're gonna use the tray ability, okay, and that gives you a nuclear pressure stack. When you get 3 of those stacks and 6 molecular charges, which molecular charges come from tank rolls, or from atomic combos, right? Okay. And in tank roll, of course, that's where you get your health. So tray ability, combo, right? Those 2 combos, big health chunks when you're tanking.
Nice.
Right.
So you have more control.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Yeah. But you're thinking, okay, wait. I saw up here it said vulnerable, right?
Dun dun dun.
Now there's 2 different ones, of course. There's vulnerable to interrupt.
Right.
And then there's vulnerable to block.
Of course.
So you have to use, the current one for the situation. Even if you're up close, you're not going to want to do vulnerable to block if the guy's blocking, right? So you can throw in whichever one you want, and you'll be able to do that. But you're thinking, but wait, tanks, they should probably be blocking so that they don't take damage and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where the when you use the superpower, you get defense equal to 90% of your dom, right? So
yeah, very nice.
So it just increases by 90%, I should say.
Right.
The idea there is basically the same as ice. If you're blocking,
mm-hmm.
you mitigate 75% damage.
Yep.
If you use a superpower, you mitigate 75% damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no better to block than it is to
just keep
doing something.
Keep going.
And the best way to keep doing something is to do atomic combos because you're going to get health back when you're doing it.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
But there are situations where all those things are going to be bad for whatever reason, right? You're like, oh gosh, I'm either going to get countered if I do something, or.
But one of them will be good, right? You said all the things would be bad.
Well, in case there's like multiple dudes,
things
right?
Will be
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
So it's very situational.
Yeah, but
you make choices.
And just in case, there's a shield.
I like it.
Right?
I like it a lot.
There's a shield, and we'll get to that in a minute. But in the other tree, so it has a lot of the same options of keeping yourself alive, right? But they work completely differently than anything else. And then, just in case there's fallbacks, there's a shield. There's some healing, right, that you can do. That's literally like not active. It's more of a passive. Like I'm gonna put a heal on myself over time, and if I have molecular charges in this case, it goes faster.
Yeah, you did a very nice job on your nuclear pressure stacks and molecular charges and stuff. A lot of times I'll come in at the end and I'll try to spice it up, and I'm like, there's no spice. It's already spiced. I don't have to add anything.
I had too much spice.
We removed some of the
people
spice.
Were confused.
Because it was atomically hot.
This section here with all this text, I had so much text in here that I ran out of space.
Yeah, we discovered the character limit.
There's a limit
of the UI.
So I had to redo some stuff anyway.
Yeah, so we simplified it a little bit.
Yeah, just text-wise. For
the non-scientists out there, can you show us how these work in action?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Sure.
I thought this is DC. Everybody's a scientist and a supermodel, right?
So
and both.
This power here was beta search, which we were just looking at. So you do tray power, but then
what's that? What does that mean on top of the head there?
Okay,
I know
that's a good question.
Means, but I want him to tell you
that's
guys.
That's a good question. So tray ability, right? You see that atomic symbol? That is whenever you're getting a nuclear pressure stack.
That's awesome.
That's when that's getting applied.
That is so great. That is one of the coolest looking notifiers.
Yeah, you're like, I know exactly what's going on. And then these combos, they don't use power. So that's something to keep in mind too, in case I forget to mention that later.
Okay.
And those are just taps, just tap combos. So the idea was Court Glue on Aura. What was that? I have to have that active to do the thing, right? And it said there that if I have to have 6 stacks of molecular, or I have to have 6 molecular charges, I have to have 3 stacks of nuclear pressure. That sounds like a really long time.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
is it?
Well, in DC standards it is, because you would be doing all these, right, and then you'd still be comboing. Oh, There it is.
Bam. That is your quark gluon aura.
Yes. And this is actually in the aura slot, by the way. If you have an aura on, which I think I have one in my styles tab, I'll turn it on. It will override that for while you have it on.
So you know that you're using it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's clearly a messaging thing.
Yeah.
I have this on. That means I get the bonuses from it. Either I'm going to get healing or I'm going to get extra damage.
Yeah, so when he says slot, he doesn't mean like on your paper doll UI or anything. He just means like if you're wearing like the smoke aura and you combo into the quark gluon aura, it will just override it.
Yeah.
So you can see it immediately.
But then your aura will come right back.
Yeah, but it'll come right back. If it's not active state, then you see your own thing.
But you saw how long that took to get the quark gluon aura on, right?
Yeah. Took a while. Sure.
Let's see. I'll show you some different abilities here. Okay. Nope. I'm going to do it either. I will add atom power assault, beta surge, and neutron bomb. So, a couple of these abilities, we'll show it in the tree here, so people can read it.
Cool. Words are important.
Yes. So this power interaction part here, it activates your quark gluon aura if you have at least 1 nuclear pressure stack and 2 molecular charges when you use this, right? So the idea would be use your trade ability, use your atomic combo, but clip it with this, right? And then
take notes, everyone.
You don't have to clip it with this, but and then you get your aura on early. Now, this is one of those places where I had too much spice, and so I just spelled it out directly, like exactly what's going on in the power interaction section. So it's a little big, but it had a little too much spice in it. All right, here we go. So use this, use that, right? Oops, early. See what happens.
Ooh, now you got hands.
I do. This is what atomic or atom powered assault looks like.
That's just what.
Normally, right?
Yeah.
And it's a proc style weapon buff where any of your attacks you do afterwards are going to give you like an extra might tick, right? Like
nice.
You're going to take some damage.
Speaking of might.
Oh yeah. That's true. Boom. So there's the shortcut, right?
Nice. Straight
tray combo,
go for it.
Yeah. It's got this. Like you were lit up, you were powerful now, right? So all these combos now, while this is going, are also going to do more damage. We'll get to damage in a minute. But they're also, more importantly, in tank role, going to be healing you based on your dominance.
Which is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Okay. You brought up might. So the other thing is something different with atomic. The atomic combos are might-based combos.
Did you hear that?
So
might-based combos.
What that also means, you don't have to worry about, okay, it's going to spike big at the end or anything like that, or anything like that. We'll get to that when we get to damage, but yeah. So it's might all across the board.
That is so cool. I don't think we've never done that before, right?
No,
not quite like straight across the board.
Yeah, not for all of the whole mechanical AM and I say advanced mechanics. Advanced mechanics they're going across both roles now. So that's with the new update, like Celestial got its thing.
Future.
So yeah,
or the present and future.
So, do we want to talk about individual stuff here? I can show like individual things.
Let's spawn some guys and go through each power individually.
Okay. Also, the power interaction, we reused days for this, so that you could have some interactions with some of the other power sets.
Cool. Synergy.
Yeah.
I like when we do that. It's nice to work as a team.
Yes.
You're not by yourself going, well, I've got all this great nuclear stuff, but...
Right. I'm also wearing tank gear, by the way, if anybody's wondering about damage or whatever.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Beta Surge.
I'm just going to go through the whole tree?
And then I cast Nuclear Bomb.
You're like, this is not what I said it is.
You want to stance back to tank stance?
I mean, I can. It doesn't. I have all the...
Do it. Or don't.
Yeah. I should just not make these guys that high. It'll make it easier. So anyway, this is Beta Surge, and it's atomic combos.
Looks good.
Neutron Bomb and its combos.
Ooh.
And then this is Radiation Shower.
That's That's probably not healthy.
Yeah, this is the one that you're going to want to use if you're doing weapon mastery.
Oh, very nice.
Because it's gonna add the dazed as an AOE, right?
That's pretty sweet.
And this is ionizing eruption, which deals more damage to people that are dazed from range.
So there might be a certain